On this video, I'm going to talk about how you could increase the number of followers you have on LinkedIn, just like I did, and how you can maximize those followers to enhance your business. Now, who should watch this video? If you fall into one of the following 5 categories, you should watch this video. One is if you are in any sort of business development for your job, whether that is to get your business, product, solution, or service in front of the target decision makers. Those could be CFOs, those could be chief technology officers, those could be chief marketing officers. Whatever is the target market you're really looking to get your product, solution, or service in front of, LinkedIn is going to be the hub for you to do that. 2 is if you fall into the category of any sort of service or idea that requires an investor. That could be if you're in wealth management, if you are in tax and accounting, if you are looking for a venture capitalist to invest in your business. LinkedIn can be a really wonderful platform for getting directly in front of that decision maker. 3 is if you are in any sort of writing capacity. You've written a blog, you've written an article, and you're really looking to get that published, not just on LinkedIn or on your website, but nationally in a national publication. You want to get in front of the publisher or the editor-in-chief. Again, LinkedIn has a number of different filters that you could really look for those specific roles. 4 is if you're really looking to bid on something. Let's say you want to get into an RFP submitted and you want to find out who you know that could help you get this RFP in front of the right eyes. RFP request for proposal. LinkedIn, again, can really help you. It could also help you really enhance your centers of influence, those people who will be really important in making that ultimate decision. And 5, as it was originally created, career enhancement. If you're in any sort of role within your career, if you're really looking to figure out what to do with your role, if you are in a very senior role and you're afraid of, how do I navigate this? How do I get to the next level? Again, LinkedIn has way too many people, over 600, I think now 700 million users that can be helpful to you. Now, if you're interested and you fall into any of those 5 categories, please do me a huge favor and click subscribe below. It'll mean a lot to me because then I could create more of these videos, and the more subscribers I have, the more I could share the love with more people who could benefit from it. And at the same time, go ahead and visit my LinkedIn for yourself. It's always so much easier for someone to talk the talk, but to actually see what I'm doing on there on a daily, weekly, and monthly basis, you can literally copy and clone my strategy and use it for yourself to increase your number of followers. Now, before we move forward to how do you increase your number of followers, let me first talk about why you should increase your number of followers. And as obvious as that sounds, throughout so many years of us coaching and consulting as the Chief Growth Officer to so many companies and organizations, we've heard a number of times the objection of, shouldn't I just keep my network very tight-knit? Shouldn't I keep it only to those people
who I know?
And our answer is typically no. Think of it like when you go to the mall and you have 2 choices. You could go into that luxury store where there's only 2 people in there and there's 5 salespeople. And even if you can buy everything they have there, you feel very uncomfortable walking in because you know you're going to get sold to and you know that it's going to be very uncomfortable. The other option is to go into one of those other stores like the Apple store or the Microsoft store where you feel so welcomed. Even if you're not looking at all to buy something, you could get educated. You could touch things and you could feel it. You could see what the latest products are. You could read things. You could be, educated. And then you leave there feeling really welcomed and excited about that product. And you have a lot of amazing things to tell your friends about it. That latter is what we want for your business, for your service, for your profile. We want people to know you. We want people to know you're open for business if that's really your goal. So make sure you fall into the second camp, but make sure you don't ask anymore, should I only keep 5 or 10 followers? Well, yeah, if you're really looking to not be even visible. And if that's the case, I wonder, why are you even on LinkedIn? You should really think about having a bigger follower base, just like I did, in order to get the message out and help more people if you feel like they could use your services. Now, with that, let's move forward to how you can increase your follower base. Ready?
Hey guys, so here's just an example of why it's so beneficial having a large number of followings. If you guys take a look here, this is just my own dashboard where you could see, close to 3,000 people have viewed my profile. There have been 3,554 post views, and I've appeared in 1709 search appearances. All of that is just beneficial for me because the more I'm doing work, writing, blogging, doing things on my website, the more I could actually get traffic to them. What is the point of doing any of that writing or author work if I'm not going to have anyone view it? So think of it like, if you believe in what you've created, you really want more eyes on it. And that's why I love LinkedIn for that. So now let's talk about how you could get here too, how you could get a large number of followers on your profile. First and foremost, as you guys probably know this, you need to have a beautiful storefront. This is a place where you have to make sure your motto, what you stand for, is right up on the prime real estate of your profile. You have a well-taken picture, a nice profile picture. I actually took that, with a regular iPhone camera. It's not even a professional camera. And I want to make sure you also have all the services you provide and a very short summary. I don't like very long profiles under about. We don't recommend that for our clients, and I highly recommend the same for you. Now let's move over to how you could actually expand your number of connections. First and foremost, this should be the first place you go to. Go into My Network, and in My Network, if you just click the search box right up here, and let me move this so you can see it. If you go into the search box and just click enter for me, right here, you could see all these filters right up here. If you click all filters, this gives you a very clear place that you could start to kind of look for people that you would have any of these connections with. You obviously want to click second connections, not first connections. First connections are those people you're already connected to. So you click second connections. And sometimes you could get started with add connections of. So let's say you have a sister or a best friend and you know that you know their friends. That would be a great first place to start. So you could click, I'm just going to make up a name. Let's say just someone I'm connected with, anyone. I'll write this guy, Bob Veras. I'll put up his name here. There are 567 people that are my second connections that I could actually connect with, and write a note in there. Hey, we're connected through Bob Veras. And I'd love to connect with you for the following reason. Now, you don't want to overdo it. Make sure it's someone who you feel that you would have that connection with, because you don't want to go over your limits and not be adding people that you would have any connections with. So connections of is a really great place. I mean, I could put my sister's name here and I would definitely find people that we would have as family members. That's a wonderful place. So that's one place. I would also add current companies. So let's say you work at McKinsey and you want to find other people who work at McKinsey who also went to your university. Let's say I went to Duke University. You could find people that would be in that, vicinity, and you would definitely be able to add these two people. So all filters is a really wonderful place to start off with. I'm sure, if I take off all of my second, filters and just do anyone that I have a second connection with, I have over 1 million people that are second connections with me. So it's just I'm sure you would get just as many high number when you click second connections, but try to filter it down based on something you have even more of a connection with. So that's just the first starting point. Another great place is to go to My Network, and right down here, you go into More Options. It's right down here. If you click a little bit further down, bring this down. Yeah, More Options. And here you could actually, kind of import people that you may have on a list. Let's say you had a wedding or a conference that you put together and all the people who attended heard you speak. This could be a great place to upload a file. It has to be a CSV file. It could upload based on email. So that would be a great place to upload, a whole batch of people. You could write in to each of them how you know them, and that would be a wonderful place for you to also import people that you work with, maybe people on your newsletter. All of those people would definitely recognize you, and this would be a wonderful place to bring them in as that audience. And then the third thing is really taking a look at hashtags. So for example, let's say I put in accounting, right? So accounting, let's say I'm in the accounting industry and I want to add other people who are in accounting. I could basically take a look here at all the people who are posting on accounting, let's say Thomas Baker, and I could start really following them as a hashtag, and I could start really seeing what they're writing about, commenting on it, and this would be a really great place as well to start adding more people who are in my network of industries. And there's a lot of different hashtags that you could follow, and again, that's a great place for you to post and hashtag that word or that topic, so others could see you trending, and at the same time vice versa, see who else is writing and try to connect with them with the note of how you know about them. These are just 3 ways. It'll keep you busy enough to add a lot of followers that would have a really good connection with you, and then start really getting more engaged on this platform, spending more time here in order to really maximize your efforts. Now, if you have any questions, feel free to write them at the comments or email us at info@select-advisors.com. As I mentioned, make sure you subscribe and be on the lookout for future LinkedIn videos that we're going to be doing. Thank you.